What's up, everybody? Welcome back. I'm Abe. This is Eve Online, and you can see me mining here in the background just to give yourself something visual to enjoy, perhaps, while we talk about this. But I'd like to answer a question that Rod Walker asked on YouTube, um, and I'll preface this right off the bat by saying I don't know everything, and I will likely miss one or two or more of the options to go about doing what he's looking to do. So basically, it sounds like he's got a small corporation and he would like to be able to operate in Null. Currently, is working in HiSec. Um, oh, okay. Looks like I'm gonna get. Well, this is good content. That's good content for him, anyway. All right, that's unfortunate. All right, well, anyway, um, he would like to operate his high sec operations or do some operations in. I guess that's a fast way to get home. He would like to perform his some of his work out in nullsec. And how do you do that without joining one of these large corporations or alliances? Um, and I guess, as I'm aware of it, there are maybe one or two ways. Yes, those alliances and corporations are very standoffish and aloof because most people go out there to kill you and not to mine and make money and such. And so everyone who comes in that they don't know is a threat. So one way, and perhaps the only real viable way, if not, it's probably not terribly affordable, but is you can go and actually rent space in Null from one of those larger corporations. Um, and you would just basically be allocated a given system, or you would negotiate it. If you do a Google search, renting space in Eve, there are a lot of different forum posts or things on Reddit or articles about it that you can read up on to find, or where you might want to leave a post and say, hey, I'm looking for a system somewhere in negative zero point 0.3 to zero point 0.5 space, or you may have a system that you've already targeted that you think is good and it's relatively quiet and out of the way. And then you could just reach out directly to the CEO of either the corporation or alliance that's in that given area and ask what it would be or what it would cost you on a monthly basis to rent space. I guess I should put myself in a new ship here. Um, but the cost of that is really very high. So we're talking like tens of billions of ISK per month. So this may not be something that you want to consider if it's just you and maybe a couple of your alts, unless you're going to be able to make that much ISK out of that area of space in a month's time. So outside of existing within your little system, being a renter in space may allow you blue access, which means that if people see you in space, they will show up. Now, right now, your corp mates show up as green, but if they mark your corporation or you with having a given standing, and if you're blue, people won't attack you. So if you're marked blue, that's pretty good. And then you can do things outside of your specific system that you're renting, like do exploration in the area, or I don't know. It depends on your relationship with that alliance. So the another way is to consider something along the lines of a coalition. So while you're not joining their corporation and you're not joining their alliance, which would open you up to like war decks and things like that, is a coalition. And a good example of this is the Air Hogs Corporation or coalition. And excuse me, Air Hogs, they just have a ton of different small little corporations that if one of them gets war decked, people leave that corporation and join one of these other small ones. And so they're loosely connected, and there is an alliance that many or some of them are in. And if you want to open yourself up to the rigors and the joys of being war decked, you can join that. But the coalition as an idea is something that you can consider, that if you know somebody out in nullsec or you know their corporation pretty well, and you can say, hey, I'd love to like work, have the ability to work around and be a part of your area of space. But it's just me and three of my friends, and like I don't have the resources to really mount a defense fleet. I'd be happy to join some, but I'm just looking to have a way to have an anchor out there that's relatively safe, and maybe you pay them a form of rent. Maybe you just join, some of their defense fleets to help defend the area that you're in. Whatever it is, you might be able to work out an agreement either by renting space like we talked about originally, or just by, forming a relationship and having somebody be cool with you being in their area, knowing that you're not there to swindle their people. Maybe you might even be able to supply their market with valuable goods and Tech 2 manufacturing items. So a lot of it may be, I hate to say this, but kind of like real life, where if you form relationships, you might be able to set yourself up for what you want to do. So I'm sorry, Rod, that there's like I perhaps my depth of knowledge on this is relatively shallow, but I know that renting is a thing. I know it's very expensive, especially in some of the more lucrative areas of space. Coalitions are an idea. If you could even possibly find a bunch of other little high-sec corps that are like yours that you could band together with, and all of you then sort of take over one system or a corner, of space back in some relatively dead-end area, and you could get a lot out of that. And maybe it's got a static wormhole. I don't know. But there are some options, but as far as I'm aware, they're either really expensive or are going to involve a lot of sort of relationship building. So that's my thoughts on that. Let me know how you navigate it. Day tripping is definitely an option, which the way I've seen it explained is, like it sounds like what you're doing, which is you kind of take a little expedition during the day. You go down there, you do some mining, exploration, or ratting or whatever. And then you come back, and if you find warp bubbles or other things, then you bail. But that's one way, and you can also day trip into wormholes and sort of benefit that way. But yeah, check out some of these coalitions. I know some exist. You might even consider joining one of the currently existing ones, and talking to people in the say the Hogs Coalition. And they're pretty good people, and you might end up making some friends and wanting to be a part of their alliance or their corporation or whatever it is that is going on there. So those are my two thoughts on that, and I hope that helps. I would guess that it's just cursory knowledge that'll help you jump off and find something else. But yeah, if you ever want to run around with me, let me know. Might be fun. So thanks for asking the question, and I'll see you guys in the next video.